The first step to taking the door panel off would be to remove the tweeter cover. Use your plastic trim removal tool and just try and pry behind the tweeter cover. You'll notice I was kind of looking around for where the clips are. There's the main clip, which is located up on the top, and a secondary one down on the bottom. I would try and remove the top clip first. Then you want to disconnect the connector here. The release for it is hidden under the foam. I just inserted my trim removal tool and pulled it apart. Okay, the next step is to remove the plastic cover from behind the door handle. There is a cover that covers the Phillips head screw here. I remove that with my pick and remove the screw with a screwdriver. Then you'll just open the door handle and pop out the plastic cover from behind the handle. Your next step is going to be to remove the two Phillips head screwdrivers from the innermost portion of the door. I believe the lower screw here is covered with a plastic cover. You'll also just pop that off with your pick or screwdriver and remove the two screws. Next step is removing this Phillips screwdriver from inside the door. It's also covered by a rubber cover, which you'll remove with a pick and unscrew the screw. There's a screw on the outermost portion of the door. Simply remove and set aside. Last two screws are underneath the door. Just remove those and set them aside, and you're ready to remove the door panel. Alright, now we're ready to remove the door panel. It's connected along the outsides and underside. You just find a place you can get a grip and pop the panel out. Then just lift upward to release it from the lip near the window. It's still going to be attached to the door with all of the connectors on the inside. One thing I want to add, you'll notice on the door there's still two yellow clips towards the bottom of the frame that did not come off of the door panel. So before you reinstall, make sure you remove all the clips that were left over in the door and reinstall them on the panel. Some of the connectors might be a little difficult to remove. Just make sure you deep press the release on them and wiggle around while you pull it away. They should all come free. I'll be showing you on this door panel here the yellow clips around the outer edges, and those are the ones that hold the panel to the door, right there, there, etc. For those who might be doing speakers, you'll notice that the speaker and housing are riveted to the inner door panel there. It's all one unit. The speaker and the black housing around it do not come apart. So if you're going to replace your speakers, you'll want to disconnect the connector to the speaker. What I did was took a knife and cut around the blue woofer there. Once that's free, you'll notice that there are a couple of plastic supports coming from the outer housing mounting to the inside of the driver. Break those away. Use some diagonal cutters or a small saw blade to cut through them. Then you'll be left with the black trim along the outside, and what I did was use some self-tapping screws and installed my new speaker in place where the blue one was into the original factory housing. Then I used a drill and drilled out the connector at the top to run my speaker wires out of the original housing. For those who are going on to do a window regulator, you'll notice there are two ports in the middle. Pop those open. They'll give you access to the window behind. You'll reconnect your window controls with the door panel and roll your window down until you can see um, the two bolts for the window release on the rails there. Uh, Once that's done, you can take your window out, tape it around the window frame. Then you'll just remove the 10mm bolts around the panel here. Um, there's a Phillips head screw holding the latch on. You'll need that if you're going to remove everything. And then you'll notice on the outside of the door, the latch will come out with the inner panel because it's connected to the interior handle by these cables. It's 3 Torx screws. Remove those, and the entire interior panel, along with the regulator, should freely come out. You have to move it inward and then be able to pull it outward.